You've typed it, deleted it, typed it again, changed one word, then changed it back, read it out loud in your head in three different tones, and you still haven't hit send. It's 12 words, maybe less. To an outside observer, this would look insane. To you, it feels necessary. Why does something this small take up this much of your brain? The easy answer is that you're overthinking, or too sensitive, or need to just relax. But that explanation skips the actual problem. The problem isn't you, it's the format. When you talk to someone in person, your message is never just the words. It's your tone, your pace, the look on your face, the half-second pause before you say the awkward part. All of that carries meaning your listener reads instantly without even trying. Take that away, and the words have to carry everything by themselves. And words on their own are a strangely bad tool for that job. There's a well-known study led by the psychologist Justin Kruger that put this to the test directly. People wrote messages intending them as either serious or sarcastic, then guessed how well a stranger would correctly interpret the tone from text alone. Most people were confident the tone would come through clearly. It usually didn't. Readers misread the intended tone close to half the time, and the writers never saw it coming, because when you write something, you can hear your own intended tone in your head. The reader can't. They're left guessing, and they often guess wrong. This is the actual reason you're rereading the text. You're not checking spelling. You're trying to simulate a stranger's brain, running the message through an imaginary version of the other person, trying to catch every way it could be misread before they get the chance to misread it. You are doing real-time interpretation on their behalf because you know the words alone won't do it for you. And here's what makes it worse. Every possible misreading feels like it has a cost. If they think you sound cold, that's a problem. If they think you sound too eager, that's also a problem. If the joke doesn't land, now you look like you were being weird for no reason. In your head, every version of the message gets run through a mental cost-benefit calculation, except the calculation is happening on a maximum of 2 sentences, using zero actual data on how they'll react. You are essentially trying to solve an equation missing half its numbers, and your brain keeps handing it back to you unsolved. This is where a second layer kicks in. Negative outcomes get weighted far more heavily in your mind than neutral or positive ones. One version of the text that could plausibly be read the wrong way outweighs 5 versions that would clearly land fine. So you don't stop rereading once you find a version that works. You keep rereading until you can't find a version that fails, which for a message this short and this ambiguous can take an uncomfortably long time. Here's the part that might actually be useful to know. Text was never designed to carry tone. It's a format built for information, not nuance. And every person on the other end of your messages is running the exact same flawed simulation you are, badly guessing at your tone while you badly guess at their reaction to it. The anxiety you're feeling isn't a personal defect. It's what happens when a species built for face-to-face communication gets handed a tool that strips out most of the signal and asks it to still get the message across perfectly. So what do you actually do with this? Not aim for a perfectly unmisreadable message. That message doesn't exist. Every sentence short enough to send in a text can technically be misread by someone determined to misread it. The goal was never zero risk. It was reasonable clarity, and you almost certainly reached that on your first draft, several rereads ago. The 10th reread isn't adding accuracy. It's just adding anxiety wearing the disguise of carefulness. Recognizing that difference, that you crossed from checking into spiraling several drafts back, is often the only thing that actually gets your thumb to hit send. You've typed it, deleted it, typed it again. At some point, that stops being carefulness and starts being the 12th draft of a message that was already fine on the first one.